Casually Explained are tech overlords.
This video is sponsored by Saley. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans have pondered the idea, why am I here? Why do I exist? What really is my purpose? And the answer to that is finally clear: generating AI training data. To prove the point, back during World War II, psychologist B.F. Skinner, famous for operant conditioning and inventing rat jail, had a cute little side project where he developed
Just immediately, I don't like how he said that like it was a normal thing for a man to do. I invented rat jail. I feel like that deserves a pause to take in that man invented a rat jail, which seems messed up.
a method of creating military homing missiles by putting a pigeon inside the nose cone of a rocket with a little
Enemy 8130 above!
screen in front and training the pigeon to peck on an enemy warship to move the missile towards them. Overall, a pigeon was about 55% accurate, so eventually they realized, yeah, this is a pretty stupid idea, and so they added a couple more. Well, that's an extremely fun fact for
55% for pigeons? That's pretty good odds. You can send a bunch of pigeons. I think that's a low budget investment. Why not send them in? If it works, it does. If not, we go to plan B.
everyone except Mike Tyson. It was, however, almost 100 years ago, and now we have much more advanced methods for simulating human guidance in machines. For example, when CAPTCHA says, click on all the pedestrians. And
This is my least favorite style of CAPTCHA. My least favorite. It winds me up. Sometimes it has me thinking that I'm no longer human. Do you know, it's not this one because the people were pretty straightforward. Do you know what I hate the most is the motorbikes. Pick all bikes, but then you've got like a centimeter of wheel that goes into the top left-hand corner, and you don't quite understand. Hey, do I need to include the slight wheel in the top left, or does that not count? But they never align them in the squares, because sometimes it could be all the squares if you count every pixel of the bike. I digress. Sorry, back with the video. Zuckerberg tongue man.
you're
Okay.
like, I mean, technically this is a stroller, not really a pedestrian.
They could have someone
That
be
training data is then
someone could
sent
be in there.
directly to Tesla Autopilot. One of the tech bros front and center in our new AI age is, of course, Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, who originally caught a lot of flack for reneging on its nonprofit open source namesake and making it a private for-profit company. While this sounds like Skynet is on the way, this is a pretty weak criticism because Sam has
When we develop superintelligence, we're likely to make some decisions that public market investors would view very strangely. Well, that's not ominous at all. What if he is an AI? That sounds exactly what a superintelligent AI would say when they're trying to take over. It sounds like a threat.
in fact made the company way more nonprofit than before. Nevertheless, he is a little bit of a suspicious character, and if you've never listened to him talk, to give you an idea, most of you have seen the video of the McDonald's CEO barely nibbling a burger and describing it as a product instead of food. And that's basically how Sam Altman talks about human civilization, having such reassuring quotes as, AI will probably most likely lead to the end of the world, but in the meantime, there will be great companies.
That's not okay, I don't think. Personally, I'm not seeing the mathing. What's the point in a good company if there's nobody to fucking use it? You understand? Like scorched earth and ash doesn't really buy a lot of things. You know? I've never seen this, and I'm terrified. I'm terrified beyond belief.
Frankly, he's the type of guy that in 15 years they're going to ask, so what do you think minimum wage should be? And he's going to say, the way I think about it, the way the market looks to me, it should be $5 an hour. And we're all going to be like, oh my God. That's an incredible choice, sir.
Yeah.
Despite our tech overlords being primarily concerned with building the machine god, they also have regular hobbies too, like jujitsu, surfing, and building fortified underground compounds with private water supplies.
Zuckerberg is
While AI
terrifying.
leadership is, of course, the biggest point of contention that our tech overlords are focusing on, there's also a battleground over social media, where 5 different social media platforms fight for control of your attention so they can show you videos from the other 4.
Well, that's basically the same one these days, isn't it? The Facebook and the Instagram. That's not really battling out. One that's very much goes hand in hand. This one, I don't know who invited bro. These two, yeah.
The biggest criticism of the current state of social media is that big tech essentially gets to determine what every human being watches by tailoring an algorithm to only show them certain content, so everyone lives in their own little siloed echo chamber of whatever engages them the most. This works great for people like me who are engaged by cute animals, tasty looking food, quality memes, and big boobies, but can be
I thought I was really not aligned with this man until obviously everything but the last thing. I don't know what read the AI algorithm or Overlords has of me, but the videos I'm suggested, I don't really feel like align too much with my interests, but hey. Little giggle and a ha-ha funny. He's never hurt nobody, right? Does anybody still use Snapchat? Yeah. People that like to cheat. They do that a lot.
terrible for impressionable minds who aren't mature enough yet to know what's propaganda
10
or trying
times
to
Trump
exploit
pooped
them,
himself with
which is
proof.
why I support a
I'm gonna shit.
law
Sorry.
that would ban access to social media for all baby boomers. While all of our browsing metadata is tracked and sold to create marketing algorithms, the upside here is when you're looking for a new mattress, you won't have to waste time scrolling past the kings and queens. Your browser already knows you won't be needing that. Similarly, what's a relief to hear is if you add
Hold
in
up.
queens,
The fuck is... What is a married... Is that a word? After the singularity, would there be a marginality? Marriage? Marginality.
your
No.
browser already knows you won't be needing that. Similarly, what's a relief to hear is if you ask one of our tech overlords if they value our privacy, they all say the same thing, which is, do we value your privacy? From morning to night, all we think about is your privacy and how important it is to us. We want nothing more than to continue to keep private as much of our customers' information as our data centers will physically allow. As it stands, the online belief is either AI is useless and is nothing more than autocomplete slop, or it's described as mankind's final invention, but I dare say the truth probably lies somewhere in between.
I don't think it's ever a good thing to invent something that's ever the last thing that you invent. Personally, I think if you're going to invent the last thing, that normally implies that you no longer exist to make anything else. I think we should aim to invent something that allows us to make many more inventions. I think that's the stuff.
Well, sometimes my genius is almost frightening. One of the biggest discussions in pop economics
Feel
and
you, bro.
finance is what happens if AI takes all the jobs, and unlike the Industrial Revolution or computers, it's so good that people have nothing left to do, and so there are no jobs left to earn money in order to purchase the goods and services AI provides, resulting in economic collapse. While this might be quite a startling perspective to the average person, it's already been resolved by scholars in 2020 by realizing the solution to mass unemployment is to print $4 trillion and give it to people to buy bread makers and meme stocks. The truth of the matter is people's
Yes.
concern does touch on something deeper, which isn't the fear of the economics of AI productivity, but the politics of resource distribution. For example, if you were to say, imagine we had an ant colony. Then all of a sudden, an artificial super ant is added to the colony that could do all the jobs of the worker ants, which make up about 50% of the ant population.
Okay.
The worker ants are specifically born to only do particular jobs and can't learn any new skills, no matter how hard you make them try.
I'm following.
So now they're completely useless. What should we do with these now worthless, jobless ants?
Kill them.
And that's a great question, Sam. Well, I like to blame politicians and tech billionaires for the problems in society like everyone else. In reality, you have to admit that the rise of
only
big
way.
tech was kind of on us, and still kind of is, because what happened? Since the dawn of time, humans have had the problem, I'm hungry. So in order to solve this, what we did was invent hunting, then farming and animal husbandry, then pubs and restaurants, then supermarkets, then finally hypermarkets. We're all
Anybody watching this, I'm curious. Please comment down below. If you gave ChatGPT to a caveman, what would be the first thing that they did with it? I'm going to go down a big thought rabbit hole, but you comment what you think is the first thing, the very first thing that they would do with it. I'm curious.
all the food that can be found on Earth is put in the same place, 10 minutes from where you live, but we all looked at that and said, it's not good enough. So some young software engineers and Silicon Valley entrepreneurs then said, what else could you possibly want? How could it get
How make mammoth small? How make pointy thing fast? How make wife like Ung having relationship problem? Why cheetah so fast? Why sun so hot? Water make tummy go ouch ouch.
any more convenient? And we said, I want to deliver to my door by an immigrant. And now we have trillionaires in the surveillance state. While I too find it barbaric to put on pants and walk 5 minutes just to get a crispy chicken burrito, the biggest issue surrounding tech billionaires and trillionaires is that if you build a business that made electric vehicles mainstream, developed and marketed modern social media, or made the supply chain that allows you to ship anything to anyone's door within 24 hours, it's not really that unreasonable for us as a society to be like, okay, thanks. Yeah, that's really useful. What do you want in return? Like a super yacht, a mega mansion? But the problem is every single time they're like, yeah, I want everyone to live in my computer. Well, most of our tech overlords think of themselves as the philosopher kings of...
Look at this. You know that Black Mirror episode where you had that like tech genius that would like take their DNA and trap them? I can't remember. Starfleet one? Look at these people. Can you imagine an endless existence of this person controlling you as a god? Dear Lord. This guy gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know about this guy. There's something wrong. This thing is not human. I actually feel like Facebook was more a pet project that got out of hand in how do humans work? Why do human talk to human? Me study human.
our time, whose profound insight can only be interrupted by today's podcast sponsorship, you have to remember they're just as insecure as any of us. Zuckerberg is sad. Everyone thinks he's a lizard person. Bezos is sad. His wife likes Leo more than him. And Elon is sad. Epstein kept flaking on his plans to come to the island. These are normal human experiences that no amount of money can fix, so you have to be empathetic and cut them some slack. Personally, I was thrilled recently because after the SpaceX IPO, Elon Musk and a lot of regular people finally got to feel the same thing, which was immense disgust for billionaires. At the end of the day, the real concern is the world is changing fast, and maybe each of us as individuals might not be valuable in a world filled with AI. But there's no reason to worry about this. AI compute runs on silicon, and human synthesis runs on carbon, and the nature of our intelligence is entirely different, meaning a human will be smarter when it uses AI, and an AI will be smarter when it uses polymarket, bringing us slowly closer to our glorious cybernetic future, where one day, when I'm 85 and Canada's MAID program says, Jamie, you have high blood pressure and may only have 75 more years to live. You can die now, or we can merge your consciousness with a large language model, and you can live forever explaining things to people on the internet. And I would get to say,
that is hell. That is retail as the afterlife. God, no. No. What? Oh, that is working in retail. Just describing stupid facts and information repeatedly. Oh, No. Cut it short. Unplug me. Unplug me. Brutally assault me if that's the terms and conditions if I say no. I would take that.
Hey, wow, definitely kill me.
Fact.
Sure. Here's the form. Now, you might be thinking, hey, Jamie, you know Iron Lung, Backrooms, and Obsession? Yeah, please don't do that. Or you might be thinking, wow, why would you choose to end your life when you could have lived forever as a digital entity? Which may in fact be exactly what your SIM card is thinking too, which is why you might need today's sponsor, Saley. Saley is an app that
You had
allows
me
you to download
engrossed. Thought you were making a cool point.
SIM card abroad. Saley, you can choose subscriptions, lounge acts. Give Saley a try. You can click the...
I thought there was more! There's cool merch, though. I like your merch. You've reeled me back in. I'm back. I'm ready. I want that mug. I collect mugs. If someone sends me this mug, you will have 7 kisses. In undisclosed areas. What do we think about our retail overlord? Not the retail overlords. Well, okay, I was just going that way. Our tech overlords. What do we think? What do we think? I personally sign up to the philosophy that whatever they will do is already set in motion. The world is going to burn, whether you like it or not. So alas, enjoy your last days, because fire is ouchies. Very painful, very sore, not good for the skin. So enjoy the days before the burning. Good night. You stay classy, San Diego.